In our first reading today, we hear the second story of creation. The first story of creation, of course, is God creating the world in 6 days. The second story is the story of Adam and Eve. And a major part of that story, major part of the fall of humanity, is the idea that they were forbidden from taking fruit from the tree of knowledge of good and evil. Now, sometimes when we're thinking about what that means symbolically, we focus too much on the word knowledge, as if knowledge is somehow bad. Of course, nothing could be further from the truth. Adam and Eve name all parts of God's creation, which is what scientists do. Creation is good. We should learn about it. The kicker is that they take good and evil. That Adam and Eve take upon themselves the ability to determine what is right and wrong, what is true and false. They take upon themselves that absolute smug sense of certainty. In reality, our truest way of life, our proper way of relating to God and the world, is always surrendering a little bit of that certainty back to Him, of acknowledging ultimately that God determines right and wrong. God determines truth and falsehood. It's a relationship where we're not taking and possessing these things for ourselves, but we're acknowledging that we must sometimes surrender ourselves over to Him. This ends up helping us as we're discerning our vocation, our calling in life too. We always want to be a little wary of having too much certainty in our own way of seeing things, our own way of doing things. We're always called to ultimately turn back to God, to recognize that sometimes we're just wrong. Sometimes God takes us down a path that we hadn't necessarily planned on before. One of the things we can learn from the story of Adam and Eve is this deep sense of surrender, of being a little bit less certain that we always know what's best, and remembering that it is God and God alone who is the source of all that is true, all that is good, and all that we're called to be.